Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy here, chilling on this cold winter night, and I've got something seriously messed up to share with you tonight. Picture this. It's Christmas Eve. The house is all lit up with twinkling lights, families laughing around the tree. Kids are hyped for Santa, and then there's a knock at the door. You open it, expecting carolers or something cheerful, but instead, well, let's just say not every Santa brings gifts. Some bring something way worse. Before I dive into these stories, and trust me, these are 8 creepy true Christmas tales that Santa probably wishes stayed buried. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our channel. We got way more terrifying real-life stories coming up, stuff that'll keep you up at night way past the holidays. Alright, let's get into it. These aren't made-up horror movie plots. These are based on actual events, things that happen to real people during what should be the happiest time of the year. I'll tell them like they're being shared around a campfire, or in this case, around a flickering Christmas tree. Story 1. The Santa Who Came Knocking in Covina. Okay, first up, this one hits hard because it's so recent and so brutal. Back in 2008, in Covina, California, you know, that quiet suburban spot near Los Angeles where everyone's got those perfect lawns and holiday decorations everywhere. There was this big family, the Ortegas, Joseph and Alice Ortega. They'd been married forever, had a bunch of kids and grandkids. Christmas Eve was their thing. Huge party, like 25 or 30 people crammed in the house on Nolecrest Drive, eating tamales, playing cards, the whole deal. Their ex-son-in-law, Bruce Pardo, this guy who'd just gone through a nasty divorce from their daughter Sylvia. He shows up around 11:30 at night, but he's not coming empty-handed. Nah, he's dressed head to toe as Santa Claus. Red suit, beard, the works. He knocks on the door, carrying a big wrapped present. An 8-year-old girl, their granddaughter, Katrina. She's all excited, runs to the door thinking it's the real Santa, opens it, and Bruce just unloads, shoots her right in the face. She survived, barely, but that was a start. He storms in, starts shooting everyone, kills 9 people that night. His ex-wife Sylvia, her parents Joseph and Alice, siblings, in-laws, blood everywhere amid the Christmas decorations. Then, to make it worse, he uses a homemade flamethrower. Yeah, he built one to set the house on fire. Bodies burned beyond recognition, in some cases. 3 people escaped by jumping out windows, including that little girl who got shot. Bruce drives off, changes clothes, and later kills himself at his brother's house. Cops found he had plans to flee to Mexico or something. Motive? Bitter divorce, money issues. But man, dressing as Santa to massacre your ex's family on Christmas Eve? That's next level evil. The survivors still talk about how Christmas lights were twinkling while the house burned. Gives you chills, right? Like the silence after the screams, the shadows from the flames dancing on the walls. You can almost hear the distant sirens cutting through the holiday quiet. Story 2. The Lawson family massacre in North Carolina. Alright, shifting gears to something even older, but just as twisted. 1929 Germantown, North Carolina. Rural tobacco farm country. Charlie Lawson, he's a farmer, takes his wife Fanny and their 7 kids into town just before Christmas. Buys them all new clothes, get the fancy family portrait done. Everyone thinks, wow, what a great dad. Christmas Day rolls around. Charlie waits till his older boys are out, then grabs a shotgun, blasts his wife on the porch first, then goes inside, kills the little ones one by one. His daughter Marie, 17, screams as he shoots her. The babies, even the 4-month-old Mary Lou, only one son, Arthur, survives because he was sent on an errand. Then Charlie walks into the woods, paces around a tree, footprints still there when they found him, and shoots himself. Why? No one knows for sure. Head injury, maybe, or rumors of abuse. But the creepiest part? That family photo they took days earlier. Everyone smiling, dressed up, knowing what was coming. The house became a tourist spot for a while. People paying to see the blood-stained floors. Locals still say on quiet Christmas nights, you hear faint shotgun echoes or children's cries in the wind through those tobacco fields. Shadows moving where no one's standing. Real psychological terror. Wondering what snaps in someone's mind to turn a holiday into that. Story 3. The Intruder Under the Tree in Houston. This one's more recent, like 2010s, but based on those creepy home invasion reports around holidays. Houston, Texas. Big house in a nice neighborhood. Family decorates early. Mom and dad, 2 kids. They put up the tree, lights, presents underneath. Christmas Eve, everyone's asleep. Middle of the night, the parents wake to weird noises downstairs. Scratching, like something moving gifts around. Dad grabs a flashlight, creeps down, sees shadows shifting under the tree branches. Thinks it's a cat at first. But no, there's a guy, full burglar mode, but he's been living in their attic for weeks, coming down at night to steal food. On Christmas Eve, he decides to hide under the tree, wrapped in garland or something, waiting for morning to, who knows, maybe rob them blind while they're opening presents. They call cops, guy bolts, but leaves behind creepy stuff. Photos he'd taken the family sleeping, notes about their routines. The silence of the house that night, knowing someone was watching from the shadows, breathing quietly under the twinkling lights, hair standing up stuff. And get this, similar stories pop up every year. Intruders posing as Santa or hiding in chimneys. Real people, real fear. Story 4. The Silent Night Knock in Pennsylvania. Early 2000s, small town in Pennsylvania. Families having their Christmas Eve tradition. Eggnog, stockings, tree lights on low. Snowing heavy outside, everything muffled and quiet. Then bam, 3 loud knocks on the door. Hard, like someone's pounding. Dad looks through the peephole. Nothing. Opens it a crack. Empty porch. Snow falling. Closes it, shrugs. Knocks again, louder. This time, they hear faint laughter, like kids, but no footprints in the snow. They ignore it, but all night. Scratches on windows, shadows passing the curtains. Morning comes, presents untouched, but the cookies for Santa? Gone. Plate has weird smears, like dirty gloves. Turns out, years later, a neighbor confesses on their deathbed. They were a peeping Tom, dressed in dark clothes, messing with families on Christmas for thrills. But some say it wasn't just one person. Unsolved break-ins around holidays, silent figures in the dark. That absolute quiet of a snowy night broken by unknown sounds. Your skin crawls thinking someone or something is watching. Story 5. The Haunted Christmas Lights in Ohio. This one's got that slow build dread. Cleveland suburbs, 1990s. New family moves into an old house. First Christmas, they string up lights outside. Big display. First night, lights flicker weirdly. Not power issues. Specific patterns, like Morse code or something. Then inside, ornaments fall off the tree when no one's around. Crash in the silence. Wife starts hearing whispers at night. Children's voices saying, "Play with us." Shadows in corners, like small figures darting behind the tree. They dig into house history. Previous owners lost 2 kids in a Christmas fire decades ago. Lights shorted, tree caught, kids trapped upstairs. Every year after, on Christmas Eve, the lights outside would go haywire, forming shapes, like handprints on frosted windows. Family moved out eventually. New owners report the same. That oppressive silence, broken by faint giggles from empty rooms. Real haunting vibes, based on those old fire reports. Story 6. The Stolen Christmas in Chicago. Chicago, windy Christmas Eve in the 80s. Single mom, 3 kids, poor neighborhood, but they make do. Small tree, handmade gifts. Wake up Christmas morning. Tree knocked over, presents gone. But not just stolen. Unwrapped, trash everywhere, like someone partied with their stuff. Cops find footprints leading to the basement. Guy broke in through a window, lived down there for days, eating their food, watching them through vents. On Christmas Eve, while they slept, he came up, unwrapped everything, took what he wanted. The mom said she heard odd creaks all week, dismissed as old house settling. But knowing he was there, in the dark below, listening, breathing, waiting, similar stories from urban areas. Holiday burglars who don't just steal, they linger. That violation in your safe holiday space. Story 7. The Christmas Eve Visitor in New York. Upstate New York. Isolated farmhouse, 1970s. Elderly couple, no kids nearby. Snowstorm hits Christmas Eve, power out, just candlelight and fireplace. Hear sleigh bells outside. Faint at first, then closer. Think it's imagination. Then knocking. Husband opens door, no one, but fresh boot prints in snow leading to the barn. Inside the barn, old sleigh covered in dust, but bells shiny, like used recently, and a red coat hanging, stained. Local legend. Previous owner dressed as Santa went mad one Christmas, vanished in a storm. People report bells every year. Shadows of figure with a sack. Not gifts, but something darker. Couple packed up after that night. The slow build of sounds in the dark. Unknown presence. Pure mind games. Story 8. The final gift in Florida. Last one in this twist hard. Miami area, modern times. Family opens presents Christmas morning. One extra gift under the tree. No tag, just from Santa. Kid opens it. Inside, photos of the family sleeping, taken from inside the house. Dates from weeks ago. Panic. They check security. Nothing, but attic access loose. Up there, sleeping bag, food wrappers, a Santa hat. Intruder had been living with them. Coming down at night, posing as a holiday spirit in his mind. Left that gift as a goodbye, or warning. He was never caught. The realization that every creak, every shadow by the tree, was him, watching, waiting for the perfect silent night. And that's it, guys. 8 real creepy Christmas stories that prove the holidays aren't always merry. Some shadows linger longer than others. Some knocks aren't from friends. Sleep tight or don't. Hit like if he's got under your skin. Subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, what's your scariest holiday experience? Alright, you asked for the next part, so let's keep the fire going. No intro this time, just straight into the darkness. Here are 8 more true Christmas horrors that happen on American soil. The kind that make you question every creak in the floorboards and every shadow in the hallway during the holidays. Told like I'm sitting across from you, voice low, Christmas lights flickering behind me. Story 9. The Man in the Chimney, Fort Worth, Texas, 2013. Middle of the night, Christmas Eve. A family in an older brick house on the west side of Fort Worth wakes to the sound of scraping, like metal on brick, coming from the fireplace. Dad thinks it's Santa folklore kicking in. Maybe a raccoon got stuck. He lights a fire to smoke it out. The scraping stops, then starts again, louder, desperate. Something thumps hard. Ashes puff out. Morning comes. No presents touched, but the living room smells wrong, like sweat and rot. Dad opens a flue to check. A man's boot drops out, followed by a leg. The guy had been trying to break into the chimney. Got wedged tight and slowly suffocated while the family slept 10 feet away. Fire department had to dismantle the chimney to pull him out. He'd been missing for days. A local drifter obsessed with visiting houses dressed as Santa. They found a red hat and beard in his backpack. The mother still says she heard muffled breathing all night, like someone whispering, "Ho, ho, ho," from inside the walls. Imagine that silence after the scraping stopped, knowing a human being was dying right there, inches from your warm living room. Story 10. The Christmas Card Killer, Anchorage, Alaska, 1987. Snowed-in neighborhood outside Anchorage. For weeks leading up to Christmas, families start getting anonymous cards in the mail. Beautiful vintage-style cards, Santa on the front, but inside just one line in neat handwriting. He sees you when you're sleeping. Everyone thinks it's a prank. Some laugh, some get uneasy. Then, on December 23rd, a teenage girl vanishes while walking home from a holiday party. Found 2 days later. Christmas morning. Posed under a public tree in the town square, wrapped in lights that were still plugged in and glowing. Strangled. Same handwriting on a card pinned to her coat. Over the next few years, 3 more victims around the holidays. Always the same card sent to multiple homes first, like a warning or a lottery. Killer was finally caught in 92, a quiet post office worker who loved the power of knowing which houses were scared. He admitted he used to park outside at night, watching windows, timing lights going off. That absolute Arctic silence outside, broken only by the faint hum of Christmas lights while he sat there choosing. Story 11. The Empty Stockings, Detroit, Michigan, 1999. Working class neighborhood in Detroit. A big family, mom raising 5 kids alone, does everything to make Christmas special even though money's tight. Hand-knitted stockings hung on the mantle, each with a name embroidered. Christmas morning, the kids rush downstairs. The tree is perfect, presents there, but every stocking is gone. Not fallen, not on the floor, completely missing. Mom swears she hung them the night before. They search the house. Nothing. Then the youngest notices faint, muddy prints leading from the front door to the fireplace and back out. Police come, find signs of forced entry through a basement window. Someone came in, ignored the gifts, took only the stockings, and left. Weeks later, a homeless shelter downtown gets an anonymous donation. 5 children's stockings filled with candy and small toys. Same names embroidered. The intruder had taken them, filled them, and given them to kids who had nothing. Cops never found him. Was it kindness or something creepier? The mother still wonders who watched them long enough to know the names, who stood in her dark living room holding those stockings, breathing quietly while the family slept upstairs. Story 12. The Lights at Watchback, Salem, Oregon, 2005. A couple buys their first house in a quiet cul-de-sac in Salem. Big lot, perfect for Christmas lights. They go all out, thousands of bulbs, synchronize the music, the kind that draws cars every night. First week of December, the show runs fine. Then the husband notices on security cam that at 3 a.m. every night, the lights dim for exactly 30 seconds, then brighten again. No power fluctuation on the meter. He stays up one night, watching from the window. At 3 o'clock, the lights dim, and he sees a figure standing on the lawn, just staring at the house. Tall, motionless, face hidden in shadow. Lights come back full, figure gone. Next night, same thing but closer. Every night, closer. On Christmas Eve, the figure's right at the window, palm pressed to the glass. The wife screams. Lights go dark for a full minute. When power returns, no one there. They pulled the footage. The figure never shows on camera, only the lights dimming. Neighbors later admitted they'd seen the same silhouette years earlier when the previous owners had a big display. House had sat empty ever since. The couple ripped every light down the next day and never decorated again. That heavy silence of a winter night, broken only by the soft click of the timer, while something moved closer in the dark. Story 13. The Gift That Kept Giving, Billings, Montana, 2018. Single dad and his 10-year-old daughter in a small ranch house outside Billings. They open presents Christmas morning. Everything normal. Then the girl finds one more box behind the tree, wrapped in plain red paper, no tag. Inside, a Polaroid of the two of them sleeping in their beds, taken from the foot of each bed. Timestamp on the photo, 2 nights earlier. They call the police. No break-in signs, doors locked, windows secure. But over the next week, every morning there's a new Polaroid under the tree, always taken the previous night. Always from inside the bedrooms. Always just them sleeping. Dad installs cameras, deadbolts, motion lights. Photos keep coming. On New Year's Eve, the last one shows the daughter sleeping, but in the corner of the frame, a gloved hand holding the camera. Back of the photo has writing for the first time. Thank you for letting me share your Christmas. They moved out. New owners found a loose panel in the attic crawl space. Sleeping bag, empty food wrappers, stack of unused Polaroid film. Someone had been living up there for months, coming down only at night, treating the house like his own holiday home. Story 14. The Silent Carolers, Bangor, Maine, 1994. Heavy snowstorm Christmas Eve in Bangor. Power out across town. Everything pitch black except candlelight inside houses. A family hears faint singing outside, old carols, voices muffled by the wind. They look out the window, no one visible, just swirling snow. Singing stops, then starts again, closer. Footprints appear in the fresh snow leading up to the porch, but no one there. They open the door a crack. Singing stops instantly. Footprints end right at the threshold. No return prints. This goes on for hours. Singing approaching, stopping when noticed, footprints appearing out of nowhere. By dawn, The entire porch is ringed with single-file footprints, all facing the door, none leading away. Police found nothing. But the next year, same storm, same night, neighbors reported the same silent carolers. Turns out an old unsolved case in the 70s. Group of teenagers vanished during a storm while caroling. Every big snowfall around Christmas. People still report the voices and the footprints that go only one way. Story 15, The Tree That Breathed, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 1982. Family cuts their own tree at a lot up in the mountains near Colorado Springs. Big, beautiful fir. Bring it home. Set it up. That night, they swear they hear faint breathing coming from the living room. They laugh it off, whine through the branches maybe. But every night it gets louder, slow inhales and exhales, almost human. Ornaments sway gently when no one's in the room. On Christmas Eve, the breathing stops. Complete silence. Dad goes to check. Tree looks normal. Then he notices sap leaking from a knot in the trunk, dark red, thick. He touches it, sticky like blood. They cut the tree open the next day. Inside the trunk, wedged deep, a mummified hand, adult size, fingers curled. Loggers later said the area had been a hideout for an escaped convict in the 50s who vanished in winter. He must have crawled into a hollow tree to die, and decades later that tree was cut and sold as a Christmas tree. The family burned in the backyard, so the flames smelled like burning hair. Story 16, The Last Visitor, Savannah, Georgia, 2021. Historic district in Savannah, old row house with high ceilings and a big front porch. Young couple spend their first Christmas there. Doorbell cam catches motion at 2:17 a.m. Christmas morning. Tall figure in a dark coat, face obscured, carrying a large sack over the shoulder. Figure stands on the porch for 5 full minutes, unmoving, just staring at the door, then places the sack gently on the welcome mat and walks away. Couple wakes to the alert, goes out. Sack is heavy, burlap tied with red ribbon. Inside, dozens of childhood toys, dolls, trains, board games, all vintage, all in perfect condition. Note on top, for the children who never left. The house had been a group home in the 1940s. Fire on Christmas Eve killed 6 kids trapped upstairs. The couple dug into records. Every toy in the sack matched descriptions of toys lost in that fire. No one ever identified the figure on camera. Every year since, on Christmas morning, a single new toy appears on the porch. Always something that belonged to one of those kids. And that's where we stop tonight. 8 more real American Christmas nightmares. The kind that don't eat ghosts or monsters, just people, silence, shadows, and the wrong kind of holiday spirit. If your house feels too quiet right now, maybe it isn't.